Today's video is brought to you by 1st Phorm. This is a pro-freedom supplement and nutrition company. And when I think of their products for you, I think of adding value to your life. And there is one product of theirs that I use more frequently than anything else that they make, and that is their meat sticks. They have these in an approximately a 20 gram of protein stick. Think smoked meat. Doesn't need to be refrigerated. Eat it on the go when you get hungry. This channel is sponsored by them. I'm literally doing an ad for them right now, and I purchased these. So what I suggest you do is go down in the pinned comment, use the link that I have listed there. That is an affiliate link. It generates sales for the channel, and let them know that I sent you. Special thanks to 1st Phorm for making today's video possible. Hey, mount up. Good job. So I was sitting down to do a video, and right when I got everything prepped up, the power went out. So Finn here and I are going to go do some errands, and I'll do this video while we're doing it, and I'll just edit it together when the power comes back on. And it looks to me like right out in front of the property here, we've got a line of cars, and that's what we call a clue. I bet somebody hit a power pole or something. Literally got a sticker on your face from something that you're not supposed to be chewing. Looking awful dark in the local grocery store. I guess we're not doing that one.
The 9/11 files.
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you,
I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you know, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there, because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would, or at least
Do you think that would restore trust? Help restore trust?
Yeah, I don't know about Epstein so much as I do the others. Certainly about the way he died. It would be interesting to find out what happened there, because that was a weird situation, and the cameras didn't happen to be working, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I'd go a long way toward that one.
So let me get this straight. The list is sitting on Pam Bondi's desk, and it's been sitting there for over 6 months. They even did this cutesy thing with a bunch of douchey influencers where they had a redacted list, if you will. They trotted them out there and showed everybody they got the list, right? Now, there is no list. So, first question is, what was that original list predicated on? What do you think? What was it predicated on? Nothing, right? Yep. Okay. So, those documents were just blank paper, I guess, right? That's awesome. But let me get this straight. This list that they've had for forever now, gigs and gigs and gigs of data. I'm assuming there wasn't actually a physical document, right? Right, not a physical document, just a whole bunch of files, right?
There are tens of thousands of videos.
And now they've decided that they're not going to be releasing any of this information, even after it's been cleaned up with all the corn, right? And this announcement happens literally 4 days after the big bloated backstab is passed, which was 2 days after, after a whole bunch of people said that they weren't going to vote for it. So there's some lights on right there. So it looks to me like this side of the street back has power, because there's also lights over at the gas station over there. But everything that way is out. But not that you guys care. So I guess what I'm trying to get at here is, you got this dude who's running perhaps the most heinous human trafficking ring that has ever been, brought to light, right? And he hangs out with a whole bunch of high-profile folks on both sides of the political persuasion in this country and in other countries. That dude gets arrested, dies in prison. And he trafficked those individuals to no one. There's not a single shred of evidence relating to anybody who received any sort.
There are tens of thousands of videos.
So him and Ghislaine, I suppose, were just a bunch of horrible people, and they were just doing this for their own kicks. Is that what I'm supposed to believe? Really? Dude, you're making it really difficult right now. I guess what I'm just trying to say is, like, bar all of the other things, right, that make that unlikely. Just go with the logistics of that. That seems impossible to me. That you would conduct an operation at that size and only 2 folks ever knew about it, even though we have a whole bunch of folks that have visited said place, and these 2 individuals are seen hanging out at their residences on a semi-regular basis. Really? Look, there's only a couple different scenarios that come up in my mind, and none of them are good. But I find it highly ironic that this thing that was basically at the precipice of failing and have to start over suddenly gets passed. And, you know, I'm upset about the NFA backstab, right? They rammed it through and were able to find support for it at the last minute, even though confirmed, like, they left that vote open for the longest that a vote has ever been left open. I want to know what was in some of those conversations. And then days after that happens, we hear that, oh, just kidding. We never had anything. Excuse you. Excuse you. What do you do? Or is it that it's a couple weeks after the joint Israeli-U.S. military operation against Iran? I don't know. I would say that there is at least one lie being told here. And I don't know which one it is. Was it the, yeah, we have it? Or is it doesn't exist? And for the woman who was the Attorney General of the state of Florida during the time when the investigation was being conducted, because he was arrested in 2019 for this whole thing. But you don't just arrest somebody for that, like, the day after you figure it out, right? Like, there's a whole lead up. The government takes a long time to do stuff like that. So you're telling me that this person went on national television on more than one occasion, said, we've got it, we're going to release it, blah, 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 blah. Gigs and gigs and hundreds of gigs of data, right? All kinds of evidence.
There are tens of thousands of videos.
That person that had that existing knowledge and the brief that she got when she became Attorney General of the United States says suddenly it doesn't exist. We never had it. Okay.
All right, then. Keep your secrets.
You look concerned. Are we getting a little bit too close to the mark there, guy? Huh? A little bit too close to the mark? Perhaps, especially now that we have this.
Sure, if
Could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration. But you go ahead.
All right, we'll get out of the truck. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below.
ICE now has more money to spend than the FBI, who is supposed to be doing all kinds of crimes